Ladies and gentlemen, there's a certain kind of strength that the world misunderstands. The kind that doesn't roar, that doesn't fight back with fists or shouts. The kind that sits quietly, eyes steady, while chaos swirls around. They don't understand that silence can be more powerful than any scream, more disarming than any outburst. They kept poking you, didn't they? Pushing, prodding, hoping for an explosion, waiting for you to crack, to shatter, to give them the satisfaction of seeing you lose control. Oh, how they underestimated you. They expected fireworks, the grand spectacle of your rage unleashed. They whispered behind your back, taunted you to your face, set traps with their words. They wanted a reaction. They craved the satisfaction of knowing they had gotten under your skin, broken through that barrier of calm you wore like armor. They didn't know that silence, your silence, was the greatest weapon you held. They thought your quiet was weakness. They thought it was submission. They couldn't fathom that you weren't silent because you were afraid, but because you were in control of your mind, of your heart, of everything they couldn't grasp. Every jab, every provocation was met with stillness. And that unnerved them more than any shout ever could. You see, people fear what they don't understand. They poke and prod because they expect a certain pattern, a predictable reaction. But when you stay silent, when you refuse to play the part they've scripted for you, you throw them into disarray. They become frustrated, their confidence begins to waver. The control they thought they had slips through their fingers like sand. They wanted to see you break. They wanted to see you explode, to unleash a fury that would justify their treatment of you. Because if you reacted, if you became what they accused you of being, they could say, "See? We were right." It would absolve them of their own behavior, their own cruelty. But you, with your silent defiance, refused to give them that power. You refused to play their game. It takes immense strength to hold back when every fiber of your being screams to fight, to lash out, to defend yourself in the loudest way possible. But you knew something they didn't. You knew that sometimes the loudest statement is made with no sound at all. Your silence was not an absence, but a presence. It was a reminder that true power does not need validation, does not need to be seen or acknowledged to exist. So they kept at it. Poking, pushing, hoping, waiting. They needed that explosion. It was what kept them going, what fueled their need for superiority. But instead, what they got was something far more unsettling. They got nothing. And in that nothing, they saw their own reflection, their desperation, their insecurity, their inability to shake you. Every day they tested you, they revealed more about themselves. Every failed attempt to provoke you was an admission of their weakness. They couldn't comprehend how you maintained your composure, how you stood so still while they grew frenzied. They didn't realize that in their quest to break you, they were breaking themselves. Your silence wasn't just strength, it was a mirror. A mirror that forced them to see the truth they avoided. It showed them that while they fought to provoke, to control, to dominate, they were the ones losing. It showed them that true power isn't in the noise, in the reactions, in the grand displays. True power is in restraint, in poise, in the ability to choose when and how to respond. You sat there, unyielding, while they unraveled. And in that quiet, in that calm, they found a reality they couldn't escape. The more they poked, the more they wanted that explosion, the more they realized that silence can be the most deafening sound of all. It's the sound of someone who isn't afraid. It's the sound of someone who knows who they are. So let them wonder. Let them try to decipher how you kept so still while their own chaos consumed them. Let them puzzle over the fact that while they sought a victory in your defeat, they found only their own downfall in your silence. Because the truth is, when you master the art of silence, you master yourself. And no matter how loud the world becomes, how desperately they push for that reaction, you hold the one thing they will never have, the power of being unbroken.